Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on arts and literature. In our last lesson, we worked on expanding our vocabularies. We studied different jobs and learned some new words to more specifically describe the role of someone within their job. These skills will be increasingly valuable since we are also studying writing in English. Today, we are going to learn how to write a film review. This will be a fun lesson, students. Are you ready to get started? I imagine that all of you have a selection of favorite films. I am also certain that not all of you agree on what makes a film good. Some of you will likely enjoy movies with lots of action and adventure, like Avatar. Others would prefer to watch movies like Twilight, perhaps because you prefer the setting or enjoy the romantic plot. However, there is one thing for certain. No one wants to see a film they do not like. Since films cost money to see in theaters, often we will seek out a review article to tell us about the movie first. Critics always list the reasons why they like or do not like a film. Once we read the article, we can then decide for ourselves if the film is worth seeing. Are you ready to do an activity, students? Think of a film you either like a lot or do not like at all and write it down. Then, list the main characters of the film, the setting, the genre, and briefly describe the plot. You may begin.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. I am sure many of you have chosen different movies to talk about. Describing the basic aspects of a film is very important when writing a review, since it is possible that the reader knows nothing about the film. Therefore, before we can suggest our opinions about a film, we must first put that opinion into context. As an example, I have chosen to talk about the film Super 8. Super 8 is an action-adventure film about a 13-year-old boy named Joe who lives in a town in the United States called Lillian. Joe's mother has recently passed away due to a car accident, leaving Joe under the care of his father, Deputy Jackson Lamb. Joe gets together with his friends, Charles, Preston, Martin, Carrie, and Alice, to shoot a low-budget film for a school project. However, at the site where they decide to shoot the scene, a terrible train crash occurs, which begins a series of catastrophic events that involves the children in an unforgettable conspiracy. So, as you can see, the main characters in this film are Charles, Preston, Martin, Carrie, and Alice. They live in the town of Lillian, and the plot centers around the events following the train crash. Now that we have described the basics of the film, we must start to formulate an article that explains why we like or do not like the film. Students, take a few minutes to write down 2 things about the film that you enjoy and 2 things that you do not. Make sure to do both, even if you have a very strong opinion on the film.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again. Are you ready to continue, students? By now, your list is starting to make it clear what the film is about, and also includes some reasons for your feelings about it. In Super 8, there were two things I greatly enjoyed. It had very good special effects, and because of this, it's also quite exciting. The film is quite entertaining because it moves along at a very good pace. However, I did not find the acting very strong because the relationship between Joe and his father was not very well developed. I also felt that the story could have been better because there were aspects of it that were not very believable. As you can see, everyone, I have not only listed what I like and do not like, but why. This will be very valuable when it comes to writing the review. We have one more aspect of the film that we need to explain, and that is the message of the film. Many films are trying to deliver a message, and in most cases, it is up to the viewer to determine what the message is. These messages usually reflect a moral or value, or maybe a commentary on the way things are in the world today. In Super 8, the message is, sometimes bad things that are beyond our control will happen to good people we care about. You might also say the message is, forgiveness is more powerful than revenge. It is up to us to determine if the way the film conveys the message is effective. Perhaps you understood the message of a film, but did not agree with the opinion it reflects. Students, for our last activity, I would like you to consider the message of your film. Working with a partner, describe the message you think your film conveys. Then, explain to your partner why you think this is an effective or ineffective message. Finally, ask your partner if they agree with you and ask why. I will see you in a few minutes.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. I hope you had some interesting discussions about your film. This will make it much easier to write your review because many of the details and ideas are fresh in your mind. Your list will also provide you with a few reminders in case there is anything you forgot. Now that we have all the information we need, it is time to start writing. After the lesson is over, you will write a 5-paragraph essay that reviews the film you have chosen. It is best to structure your review as follows. Begin by providing a short summary of the plot and also where the story comes from. Is it a new original story or does it originate elsewhere? After this, evaluate the performances of the actors. Are they convincing and believable? Explain why you feel this way. Next, be more specific about scenes from the film. Provide a general opinion without ruining any surprises. Also, compare this film to other films in the same genre. Is it better? Is it worse? Finally, explain the message of the film and discuss whether or not its message is effective. To conclude, provide an overview of what you have said throughout your essay. This concludes our lesson on writing an essay. We have explained the process for developing the ideas that are used in the review process and also described the proper format of an essay so that you may write one yourself. Good luck on your writing, everyone. I will see you next time when we will begin our unit on the United Nations. Until then, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.